And we are live. Hello and welcome everyone to Coffee with Athena and Meghla. Hey Athena, how are you?
Hi, Megla. I'm great. How are you? So good to be with you.
I know, so good if you do join me over here. And it's interesting how we ended up with this webinar. We were just chatting and we, talked about your masterclass and the website and everything. And then suddenly we were like, okay, let's do a live webinar. And then here we are.
Yes, I
But
love that.
yeah, there's so much going on. I mean, we don't have like a fixed agenda as such. We're going to talk about a couple of different things, but I think we'll just keep it casual and see where it goes. Yeah, and we've got Dan waiting backstage as well, and he'll jump on at some point, and we'll talk a little bit about the masterclass that you guys did that really started this entire conversation. And I haven't watched the entire masterclass. I watched maybe an hour or so, but my partner Margaret has watched it, and she says it's really good content. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll definitely bring Dan on. And Megla, I just want to say how much I admire everything that you do as a single mom and just what you've brought to this industry and just continue to do is just fantastic. So first wanted to thank you for that. Can you hear me okay? That's a little bit, is that better?
Yes, when you're closer to the mic, then it's better. Yeah, because you're a bit echoey, but
Okay, perfect. So yeah, one thing is really the power of connecting with people is something that I love to talk about. And you and I met at an event. What was that? 4 or 5 years
Prosper.
ago?
Yeah.
Yes, we were at Prosper, and I was walking around the floor, and I saw this bright woman, and I just went and we chatted. And the amount of amazing things that have happened because of that one connection is just incredible. The
Mm.
synergy that we've been able to create, the fact that, you invited me to go and speak at Hong Kong, and now you're developing this amazing site, and we're getting access to Titan for that. And, there's just so many different things that you can do when you've got people in your life that also have synergistic backgrounds and things that they're up to. So I'm just excited to connect with you and talk a little bit about that as well.
Absolutely. And I'm going to mute myself when you're speaking because I think then your mic is better because I think your mic is also capturing the audio. So, yeah, and you've been an inspiration for me as well, Athena. I mean, I've seen you, we met in Hong Kong so many times, and I saw you leading China Magic, and that was absolutely amazing. And that was, my inspiration to start India sourcing trip. So yeah, all of that credit goes to you, really. So yeah, really amazing. And what you've done with Titan now is just incredible. And I've literally seen you grow from China Magic and Dan helping you, and now both of you are partners in this amazing community that you've built. It's absolutely incredible.
Totally. I actually think this would be a perfect moment to bring him on because I started off, with this trip and bringing people to China. And it wasn't until I met Dan, and he really has this amazing ability to lead, and all the structure and everything that he brought in terms of the content of China Magic is what really went. And then we actually developed this magical world we call Titan. Dan, are you still back there? Oh, there he is.
I am. Hello, people. How you doing?
Here he is.
There you go.
And and the story of Titan is really quite interesting because we were sitting in China Magic, and one of the great things about China Magic is that you would get hands-on mentoring, and you would actually connect with these brilliant people that are in the trenches right now, right? And if you take a look at our masterclass or pretty much anything that we're doing, the people that are speaking on that masterclass, they're dealing with Amazon day in, day out. They know it works. They don't, it's all based on data. And so in China, one of the things that was so special is that people were getting access to that level of thinking, right? And so the problem with China Magic is that it would eventually end, and people wanted to connect with this level of mentorship. They wanted to stay connected with each other, and we were trying to figure out just sort of how to do that. So anyway, then Dan and I kind of stayed up all night one night and wrote like 3 pages of notes of things that we felt could be valuable for sellers. And yeah, that's kind of how Titan was born out of China Magic, which was amazing.
Yeah. And Dan, you're in Dubai right now, right?
I am, yeah. I'm camping out in Dubai. I'm kind of skipping COVID and escaping the UK. But I think, yeah, they made this my base now, and then just travel between here and the US with all the events and everything that we run and everything that goes on in this industry. I'm really excited actually for the events that are coming back, like Prosper's in July.
Yay.
And then there's stuff happening later in the year. So hopefully we're going to get back to some normality and we can all start enjoying the industry again. But yes, I'm over in Dubai, which has been fun, been a bit of a challenge with the time zone difference, but other than that, all good. And yeah, we delivered our masterclass last week, which thank you for sharing, Meghla. I know you shared that. I was just actually looking back at some of the comments that we got from that. And I was really proud of the team actually in kind of what they were able to deliver and the impacts that we were able to kind of have there, with many so much feedback and positive feedback coming through from everyone saying like it's the best training they've ever had. They've paid serious money for training. It's not as good as this. It's already had instant impact. I was reading some of the comments off my screen here, and it was really a pleasure to deliver that. So if you want me to sort of share a little bit about what we talked about, maybe I can do that.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. So if you can share maybe a few, tips or nuggets from the presentation that people can actually implement. And for anyone interested, you can go to this bit.ly link over here that's on your screen. And it's entirely free. So all you need to do is just register, type in your name, email address, and then you'll get instant access. Is it like 3 hours or 4 hours or?
No,
it's pretty long.
It's about 2.5, 3 hours. We've turned it down, and then on the replay, you can actually click the little cog icon and increase the speed of playback. I'm a bit of a mad professor. I put it up to like 3, but on sort of 1.5, 2, you can get through it fairly quickly. But what I'll do, I'll go ahead and share my screen here. So I was just literally pulling up some of the slides just to give you an example of type of the feedback we got. So this brings so much clarity. This is the exact opposite of what I've been told to do by others. I've paid serious money for this. It hasn't been as great as this. I'm going to start asking myself, what would a Titan do? As a creative, this explanation is blowing my mind. So we had really good feedback on this. And basically, we went through the premise of the fastest way to double your sales on Amazon without increasing ad spend, because everyone thinks the solution is really kind of like pouring water into more water into a bucket. But if that bucket's leaky, then all you're doing is just draining the water out the other end. So just to sort of kick this off, I was sharing examples of these are live accounts from my team. You can see this was sort of June. You can see 50% unit session percentage on nearly 12,000 sessions, 47%, 59%. This is a big account here. Very high, but this is because we're very good at selling the idea of ordering multiple units. So you can see unit session percentages of 130%, 100%. A big account here at high 60s across all the SKUs. And this list just goes on and on and on. So everything we kind of covered was really how we produce these results. And it comes back to kind of one thing, and that one thing is buyer intent. And then how we carry that buyer intent to the keyword research process, the competitor analysis process, and using competitors' reviews to inform our prioritization of keywords, our product development, our tone of voice and language within the brand and the listing. How we then sort of carry that through into different groupings of keywords. So starting with the root, taking the long tail keywords and grouping them together. So you're grouping the click-through intent. So when your PPC, the performance is higher, your conversion rates are higher. And if you think about what Amazon wants as an algorithm, it wants high click-through rates, high conversion rates. It wants relevancy above all else. So that's what we give it right in the beginning, and build a foundation of conversion and then scale volume with those broader terms once you've matured the listing with reviews and you understand where that conversion is coming from. So kind of starting narrow, then going broad versus starting broad, then coming narrow. So we spent a long time kind of talking through that. And then we got into the actual listing. We started talking about sort of main images and how we make them stand out and the different things you can do there.
So let's talk about images. Let's just pause and give people a couple of tips on how they can make or optimize their images. Let's give specific tips to people here.
Yeah, sure. Makes sense. So in the images, the number one thing I will always go to when I pick up a product and I'm like, how can I immediately have instant impact on this product, is to get more from what you already have. So how do we get more from the existing rankings, the existing PPC performance, the existing review score, the existing price against our competitors? How can we generate more? Now, all things being equal, providing the conversion rate on the listing is okay being kind of mid-teens, good being sort of 20s, very good being high 20s, exceptional being 30s, up 40s. So if providing conversion rate's okay, the number one thing we can do is win more clicks. Now, the number one thing that influences winning more clicks from the search result is the main image. And it's the number one area that I still see, even your sort of 8-figure sellers like us, or even 9-figure sellers, high 7-figure sellers. Images are kind of the things where people really leave a lot of money on the table because they're leaving a lot of clicks on the table. So when we talk about standing out and winning the click, there's a few core things that we do that produce the types of results that I just showed you there. So first thing we do is minimize white space. If you go through if you search your main root term and you compare your product that's ranked against your competitors, you will find that 95% of those main images have left loads of white space and aren't using all of the space available allotted to them within the pixel size, within the frame. And by just using the space and bringing it forward, what it does is it creates presence on page. It creates, it makes the image stand out more, and the human eye is naturally attracted to it because it has a bigger presence. Another way of looking at that, here's another example. Like this one's obviously more of a render, but you can see if you were to search this product and look at it on Amazon, you'll find a lot of them are fairly crappy photos. They're very small. They're sort of inset back because the photographer's too far away from the product. Whereas everything we do is how do we use and maximize all that space. That's number one, minimize white space, maximize presence.
Yeah, and that's so important for mobile as well, right? And when you're viewing these listings on mobile, they're even smaller.
100%. And if you think that 70% of browsing shopping is done on mobile, 70% plus, higher priced products, they generally browse on mobile then go to desktop to purchase. But for your $20, $30 products, a lot of it's mobile, most of it is mobile. Absolutely, that presence is super important, because if you think we're in this scrolling piece, you go down and you're seeing all these proportions of where the image is only using maybe 30% of the frame, 40% of the frame, and you've got one that's fully in view. That one tweak alone can double the sessions because you double the amount of clicks you win. Another one is the direction of the page go the opposite. Here's a prime example, very obviously extravagant example, but all the spoons are in the one direction. We stick the spoon in the other direction. It's called a pattern disrupt. So as your eyes are coming down the page, it disrupts your pattern. You pick that one up. Colors. As we develop our products, we've launched, where are we now? We're in June. We've launched about 115 products in the last 45 days or so. We launched a lot of products. Colors, when developing the products, right back into the development stage. Yes, we keep the colors within the brand guidelines, so we tie it all together. But one of the main decisions we're making in packaging decisions or design of the product is what color on page is going to stand out against the current search results that still aligns with our brand. So colors are very important, whether that's the intended use or not. You can see colors really popping on the page. A big one, this one's a bit more, you've got to work it into the product, and it comes down to product packaging. And for those that step outside a little bit, you can work this into your main images and make it look like it's on the packaging, but using kind of main selling points on the packaging and on the products, but not to this one's a bit too detailed, just kind of one main benefit statement or something that's a differentiator, making sure it's clearly communicated. And finally, or two more here. This one works really effectively. So when developing out the product and the packaging, do your keyword research ahead of time and know which root keyword you're going after. So for many products, you're going to see multiple groups. So very basic example, taco holder. You've got taco holder, taco stand, taco tray, taco set. Like there's all these different roots essentially, and each one of them have their own long tail group of terms. Now, if you do your research properly and follow what we teach you in the masterclass and do the keyword research properly, you'll know which group you're going to go after for launch. And then include that root term very front and center on the product if possible, on the packaging if not. Because for anyone that knows about like Google advertising or anything, one thing we know is the human brain looks for the word it just searched. So, and that's known as congruency. So yes, we include it at the start of the title for indexing, but the human reason why we do that is we want to also attract the eyeball to what the human brain just searched, and we can do that on the packaging and the product as well. We see an instant increase in click-through by just including main term on the packaging or on the product.
Wow, that's a great tip. I don't think a lot of people think about that. So guys watching, this is a great tip, and you can go ahead and implement this immediately. And that's really good, Dan. I hadn't even thought about that. So fantastic.
No worries. And then, yeah, finally, packaging. One thing, the packaging is a really great way of standing out as well. So you'll see everyone else has kind of the one product. A way of getting pattern disrupt is the packaging. But then what that also allows you to do, if you do it properly, if you can't get like the keyword onto the product, you can get it into the packaging as well. So it's just another way of differentiating on the page, but then keeping that keyword front and center as well, which is the psychology of congruency in the click. So examples of this, I was actually, we've beaten the taco holder to death this last year. I do need to change the taco holder. But as you can see, this one here, fairly new product. And this was just found by the off chance when I was doing some random searching when I was putting this presentation together. And you can see they've kind of done all of it. They've definitely used all the space. Now, these guys have used all the space as well, but they're very prominent, this one is, against these two. If you compare that one to that one, see how that one looks, it looks bigger. It's got lots of color in it. Main keywords on the packaging. They've used the packaging in the image as opposed to these guys. And these guys have done a good job as well. If you look, these are still in launch, and I didn't look at how recently they're launched or anything like that, so I don't know whether they're stuck or anything. But you can see, compared to their competitors, they're sat up there nice and high, 41 reviews against thousands, and it's only a 4-star product. But it just shows you the power of winning the click and driving that relevancy through on the algorithm. So yeah, that's one little section of it that we went through for kind of 3 hours, made it really actionable, and then we covered everything else like EBC and listing and how to write the listing and all that sort of stuff as well, with some real life use cases. So yeah, it was really good. And as you can see, like we went through real life examples of EBC. So after we did what we did, it was a 27% increase. Before it was 12.27, which was a 125% increase in conversion just by applying this EBC strategy. So yeah, lots and lots and lots of value in there. The whole thing was really actionable, and yeah, the feedback was really great. So as Meghla said, if you do want to jump in on this, we officially closed the replay, but then we got with Meghla, and Meghla's like, I'd love to share this. So go ahead and use that bit.ly link, and you can get free access and go ahead and watch that masterclass replay.
Yeah, and that's what I love about your. Oops, there's an echo there. I think your style, Dan, I mean, you really focus on the data and you look at, what's worked for you, and you're looking at the numbers and everything. Like a lot of people out there, Amazon experts, they're kind of not looking at data and they're talking in very generic terms. But, whenever you've presented at Global Sources Summit, you've always given practical, actionable advice to people. So I think that's very, very useful. I think your presentations at Global Sources Summit were always very highly rated by the audiences as well. So definitely it's a no-brainer to go look at this presentation, which is absolutely free.
Yeah, no, awesome. Yeah, exactly that. So yeah, guys, it's there. Use that link that we provided for Meghla. Go watch it. And yeah, feedback as well. Like drop into Meghla's group. Like let us know when you implement some of this stuff that we go through. Give it obviously a week or so. Give it a few days, and then feedback the impact as well. Drop it into Meghla's group and let us know the impact it had. For sure, that'd be great.
Yeah, and we're going to get you back for a more in-depth and detailed presentation in the next couple of weeks. This was just sort of a taste of what Titan Network does. So
yeah, sure.
Yeah, and guys, if you have any questions for Dan or Athena, specifically Dan, about the presentation, or about images or anything, type them in the comments. We're here for maybe another 5-10 minutes or so. So maybe Dan. Yeah, Athena, go.
So Meghla, I have a question. Tell me about this amazing site that you've been working on and all the incredible things that people should look forward to. I also heard that Dan, even though he's all the way in Dubai and I'm all the way in Clearwater, Florida, we're getting gifts from Meghla, by the way. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, tell us what's going on, Meghla.
Yes, I am so excited about this. Can I share a quick 30-second video with everybody over here? Yeah, sorry, let me just... I am so excited about this. Just give me a second. Okay, where's my video? Okay, let me see if this works.
Meghla.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear that?
Yeah, we can totally hear that. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, wait a second, I think.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yay!
I love it. I love it. Congratulations. So when is
Yeah, thank you. So
I,
it's launching next week. So it's Friday evening in the US and Saturday morning in Asia and Australia. And it's basically a platform that will provide Amazon e-commerce sellers everything they need to source private label products from India. So we've got vetted manufacturers and exporters. We've got service providers like logistics companies, freight forwarders, payment service providers, lawyers, photography, videography, and this is in India. So basically everything that you need to source private label products from India. And we've got a lot of these resources in our Facebook group as well, and we've been providing these to people in the group. But now we're bringing everything together on the website, making it more accessible. You'll be able to search for any product on the website, go into the supplier's profile, send them an inquiry directly from the page itself, contact any of the service providers directly from the website. And we're also launching an India sourcing workshop. And this is something that people have been asking us to do, because when we used to go on the trip, we used to actually host a one-day conference where we used to teach people how to source products from India. So we're bringing that workshop virtually now, and we're going to be teaching people how to find suppliers, how to vet suppliers, how to negotiate and pricing strategies, and how to save money on freight and stuff like that. So it's all about sourcing effectively and efficiently and profitably from India. Our focus is really on India because, of course, China is the main source for all types of products, and 99% of Amazon sellers, I guess, source from China. But there are certain products in India that are differentiated, that are more premium, more high quality. So yeah, let's see, there's a question over here. Are the suppliers vetted in any way to even be listed on the site? Yeah, so on the site, what we do is we vet suppliers for three things. One, that they're a legitimate company, and we check their documents to make sure that they are. Second, we check that they are a manufacturer, because we only feature manufacturers. We don't feature trading companies. And then the third thing that we check is that they are export focused, because when you're sourcing from India, it's really important to deal with export focused companies. And so those are the three things that we check. And we don't we invite suppliers to join the website. We don't enlist any supplier that reaches out to us. So it's a very curated kind of list of suppliers. And we also we have a very limited number of suppliers as of now. There's just about 50 or so suppliers on the website, but we'll gradually increase the number and add more suppliers. But we're very, very selective about who we add to the website. So, and we also need to make sure that they're willing to work with Amazon and e-commerce sellers, because a lot of the suppliers in India, they are actually used to dealing with larger retail buyers and brands, and shipping in containers, and sometimes they don't want to work with Amazon sellers. So we have calls with them initially, and we want to make sure that they're actually okay to deal with Amazon sellers. Yeah.
I think that's great, Meghla. I'm really excited to have you come on inside of Titan and really sort of educate everyone on the benefits of India, the types of products, the opportunities that come out of India, and then the fact that you're sort of, because that would be my biggest concern. I've never actually personally sourced anything from India, but I know we've got a few members that have, is filtering down all of those factories that have that export capability, volume, but then also are familiar with the Amazon requirements and the process and everything as well. So the fact that you're filtering that, and you're going and finding these factories and ticking that, it's really it's fantastic. Really, it's a peace of mind, sort of verified tick, so to speak, that you're doing that. So yeah, I'm excited for you to come on in Titan and really explain that to our guys. And I can see we've actually got some Titan members on this live. So yeah, guys, for our Titan members, Meghla is going to be coming on with her team and talking about India and explaining the process, all the tips and tricks and all the opportunities that's in India, and then how we can open up the India sourcing piece with Meghla as well. So I'm very excited about that. So congratulations, Meghla. This is going to be cool. You've got Titan's full support. You've got our full support in pushing.
Oh, thank you, Dan. That means a lot. Thanks, Athena and Dan.
Of course. And thanks.
Somebody's asking us, how do we connect with Titan? What's the best way to connect with Titan, Athena, Dan?
So if you go to titannetwork.com, then you can learn about us, and we can actually set up a call. And so everyone that joins Titan, we personally communicate with them, make sure it's a good fit. We're looking for people with an abundance mindset, very ambitious, very positive. And so, that's how we connect with everyone. So titannetwork.com.
Sweet.
Okay. Fantastic.
And
Great. So, yeah.
has to jump. I like kind of stole him. He had a really important meeting, but thank you, Dan. Thanks for jumping on here. We love you. And
Thank you. Meghla, thank you for letting me jump on. If you want me to come on and do an actual formal training, then I'm more than happy to come on and help your people and do that for you. So just let me know.
Yes, we do.
Cool. All right, then, guys. Thanks for that.
Thanks a lot, Dan. Bye. Awesome.
Great.
Somebody just posted the link, titannetwork.com. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay. Yeah. It's a great community, and we're so excited to have you, Meghla. We're so excited because we're always just, any resource, anything that we can bring to our guys, and it looks like what you've built is just phenomenal. So we're very excited to expose everyone to all of these magical suppliers that you have in India, and it just looks fantastic. So yeah, and I think I told you last time we spoke, I would love to go on your India sourcing trip the moment that the doors open and we're all allowed to travel. It looks fantastic. So yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And in fact, all of these trade fairs are timed in a way that you can attend multiple trade fairs. So the one that we visit in India is actually held right before Canton Fair. So you can come to India first and then go to Canton Fair for China Magic, and you can do both.
Yeah, exactly, which is fantastic. So awesome. Well, we should do this more often. I even brought my coffee because we were originally just going to do coffee talk with Meghla and Athena. Oh, look, India's
It's so similar, right? Oh my God, black and gold. We're more similar. Interesting. And I've got coffee, even though it's 9 p.m. over here. I still have coffee because coffee.
And this cup was actually made for me by my best friend Channing Dyson, who's a rock star seller, and she made this for me, and I treasure it. So
it's beautiful. It's awesome.
Yeah,
great.
This coffee talk with Meghla and Athena, I think we should do more of it and just bring some fun people and stuff. That would be kind of awesome. So anyway, thank you so much for having me. I was really happy Dan got to jump in and give some of the techie things, but I think he gave probably 3-4 tips that if people just implement, they'll see an immediate change. So that's what we're always looking for in Titan, is how can we actually make a change immediately and see it in the numbers, and however effective we can be. That's just the power of Titan. So anyway, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for having me. And,
okay, thanks a lot. Bye. You have a good day.
Good connecting with you. Okay.